Good morning, everyone. In last lecture, we have discussed the text editor. We have discussed what are the text editor, how they are used to edit the content, and then we have discussed the interfaces to text editor. In that, we discussed line editor, screen editor. After then, input devices used to edit the text in or content in editors. Now we are going to discuss the output devices that are available and will be used to edit the content. So the output devices let the user view the elements being edited and result of editing operation. Means using input devices, we will enter the text, we will select the text, we will perform some formatting, some editing, and using output devices like monitor, we can see what content is, what editing options are being performed on this content, and what will be the result after performing all editing operations. So some the output devices are tally typewriter and other character printing terminal. Okay, glass tally types based on cathode ray tube CRT. Then today's advanced CRT terminals are used. Here we can see the moving of cursor, deleting, insertion of lines, scrolling and the pagings, and then modern professional workstation that are based on personal computer but with high resolution, support multiple space vector fonts to be produce realistic hard copy of a document. So these are mainly used to see the content that will get edited and what will be the result after addition. After then, what will be the interfaces are the interactive languages, the languages that we will use to interact with the any type of editor. The languages of text editor will be of some common types like typing oriented or text command oriented, like we are giving some command or text command. So using that we can interact, or we can give some function keys. Okay, like we as we have discussed in previous input devices also we can press a function key. Okay, or menu oriented interfaces means how we can interact. Some menus will be there, we will select the options from menus and we can interact. So these are the based on the language, interactive language. So first we will discuss the typing oriented or text command oriented method. It is the simplest method, the primary method, in which we will use simple text command. User communicate with the editor by typing text string for both the command's name and for the operands. These strings are sent to editor and are usually equal to the output device. Means whatever you are typing, that will get printed on the screen. And all these type specification require the user to remember exact commands, like we will enter command to edit, then one editor will open, we will type a command copy, so that copy function will get performed. We will type the command move, so that a file from one place will be moved to another place. So for this kind of editing, for this kind of command based editing, users should remember all the commands before working, before doing this, using this editor. User should remember all the commands. If the command language is complex, a user must continually refer to the manual, online help. There will be always an online help manual, so you can get the information about every command, what will be the syntax of that command, what will be the parameters, or what will be the proper syntax to use the command. This is the typing oriented or text command oriented method, means one language to interact with interface editor. After then function key interfaces, like each command, sometime we can do some command by typing, or another way is that we can use some keyboard keys to do the same command. Okay, you can say the shortcut. So function key interfaces are also there, like each command is associated with marked key on the keyboard. So in that case, we need not to type the text command to perform some action. We can directly use the keys from the keyboard to perform that command. And mainly for this purpose, insert, shift, control key, alt keys, these may be used to perform some commands, or we can say shortcut commands. But this will have disadvantage again, that we have to use again so many keys, and we have to remember also, if I want to perform this particular command, so which key, or what will be the combination of key that will be used. After then, menu oriented interfaces, means there will be a menus and you will select the choice. There will be a drop down menu also. So menu, what is menu? A simple choices in which some strings, some commands will be written, some icons can also be there. So, and when you will click on any options available in menu, they will perform some operation. They will respond in some action. So user can perform action, any action by selecting the item for the menu. Okay. And editor prompt the user with the menu, means in any editor one menu will be there. So one problem with menu oriented system arise when there are many possible action and several action are required to complete a action. Like we want to perform one action, and further that action need several steps to complete that action. So I will click one command, that will further open a menu to select another option. In that case, we have to select several options, and display area of menu is rather limited. It will not go beyond, it will have a limited view. So till this the topic is done, that is the interfaces to text editor, the line editor, screen editor based on editing system, then input devices, output devices, voice recognition devices, and after that the interactive languages to interact with editor. Now, the next topic that we will discuss is the structure of our editor. How editor will work, what will be the structure. So, we will discuss one by one each component from this diagram. Like command will be given to command line, command language process. That command language processor will understand the command and give two different components. We have to discuss this component. One is that will work for editing purpose, that this component will work for travel, means we want to, if I will give a command to move through the whole document, so it will go through travel. This view component for viewing the document after addition, after performing some modification, if I want to view my document using this. And final display component that will go to the output device. Later on, when editing will be given to editing component, it will use editing buffer, the memory, small memory, where that much content will be placed which we want to edit. Filter will be also used to select a particular data, and that will be stored in editing buffer. Same with the this, we have view the component that we want to edit, that will be given to viewing filter. Okay, what we have edited, and that will be stored in viewing buffer. From viewing buffer, it will be given to display component. After performing all the editing, what will be the final view that will be given to display component that will give to output devices. Okay, so later on the main memory and all the file systems. So we will discuss each thing one by one. So first is a command language processor. As I told, it will accept some command from user or user through input devices. It will understand what command is. Okay, so analyze the token, the syntactic structure of commands. Okay, and accordingly it will choose the component, to which component the command should be provided. So the command language processor accept the command, perform functions such as editing and viewing. It involves traveling, editing, viewing, and display. As we have seen in the diagram, command language processor will communicate with all the four modules. Then it means it's up to the command that which component will get selected. Okay. Here it's written that editing operation are always specified by the user, like what thing we want to edit or editing command. It will be always specified by the user. Okay, user will specify the editing option, operations also. But the traveling and viewing operations may be involved either by the user or by or implicitly by the editing operation. Means editing will be given by user, that user will tell I want to edit this, I want to perform this particular formatting on my text. But later on, the traveling through the document, okay, and viewing the content will be maybe done by the user or maybe done by internally. For performing the editing operation that the user told to do, for that operation it depend upon user or it depend upon internal, that who will do the traveling and viewing operation. So this is a command language processor. The command language processor may invoke the semantic routine directly. In a text editor, this semantic routine perform functions such as editing and viewing. So mainly, command language processor is actually an intermediate between the user and the all component. It will understand the command and give the appropriate message to different components. Then editing component in editing a document, we start the area to edit is determined by current editing pointer, like where we have selected the content, like our cursor is at what point. From that, the editing current editing pointer will be selected. Okay. So if I will select a particular part from the whole document, my cursor will be at that location. So in editing a document, the start of area to be edited is determined by current edited pointer maintained by, and that pointer will be stored, that will be maintained by editing component. Editing component will store, okay, from this location our editing area is getting started. Okay, the current editing pointer can be set or reset by the user while traveling. Like we can change the editing part, we can later on reset, we can select another component, another text that we want to edit. Then traveling component of the editor actually perform the setting of current editing and viewing one. Like first we select one part, again we are traveling and we are setting another part to edit. So the traveling component are actually performing for setting of the current editing and viewing point. Means we will travel through the document and we will select which we want to edit or which we want to view, and thus determine the point at which the viewing and editing filters begin. So traveling, and then we will select the path and we will tell, okay, from this place our editing or viewing component should start. Then viewing component, the start area to be viewed is determined by current viewing point. Means from whole document, what part you currently want to view. So the area to be viewed is determined by current viewing point. Means you will select, when you will select the part that you want to view, that pointer, that cursor pointer, that will be maintained by viewing component. Okay, and viewing component formulate the ideal view, often expressed in a device independent intermediate representation. Okay, it will express the view of our document. Then the display component, it takes the idealized view from viewing component. From viewing component, it will take the view that is the finalized view after editing and map it to in this viewing component data to the output device, so that this view content will be displayed on the final output device. So these are the four components. After then, in between, filters are there. Editing filter. Filter consists of selection of contiguous character. We have discussed this also, that filter will be used to select from the selected part. Again, if we want to filter, okay, that much content I want to work with. Okay. Editing buffer contains the subset of the document filtered by editing filter. So first whole document, we travel through the document, we select the part, in that we filter the data that we want to edit, and that data will be stored in editing buffer. Then viewing buffer also, whatever we want to view from the selected part, whatever the things we want to view, that will be filtered. Etc. When the display need to be updated, the viewing component invoke the viewing filter, the component filter the document to generate a new view, that new things that we want to view, new view based on the current viewing pointer as well as the viewing filter parameter. This currently where it is and what new things that we have filtered that we want to view. Then viewing buffer, it contains the subset of the document filtered by viewing filter. So in this way, all four step that we have discussed in previous lecture, four step: editing, traveling, filtering. So all those steps is being done by these components, from command language processor to component to filters to buffer. So all these things will work together to perform all the steps. So there is one example, you can go through that. So see here, like this is our display. Okay. So one is a editing buffer, one is a viewing buffer. Current editing pointer, current viewing pointer is at this position. Okay. So current editing pointer, okay, where the current pointer is, where we want to start our editing, that will be stored in editing buffer. Seeing the current viewing pointer that we want to view, that means whatever we are editing, that is equal to what we are viewing. So, and later on that will be displayed on our final window screen. So single relationship between the editing and viewing buffer, because what we want to edit, that will be visible on our screen, and that we will do. Only the position. Okay. So window typically cover the entire screen or the rectangular portion of it. Okay. So in window we will see the entire screen. Mapping the viewing buffer to window. Okay, viewing buffer to window, that cover only the part of screen, especially useful for editor or modern graphic based workstation. Means what they are saying, like window will cover our whole screen, but from whole screen we are selecting only few part of the document that we want to view, and that will be put in our viewing buffer. So this is if our whole window, in that we are only selecting this view buffer, and that will be mapped to that area of window, that should be view. Okay, so this is the concept of. So mapping of viewing buffer to window is accomplished by two components. First, the viewing component formulate the ideal view often expressed in a device in independent intermediate representation. Means it will not depend, it will be the independent but intermediate representation, not the final representation. Okay, so viewing component formulate one view, it will generate one view, that will be the intermediate view, and it will be expressed in a intermediate representation. This view may be very simple one, consisting of windows both of the text arrays so that lines are not broken into a words. Okay, means whatever the representation we will generate, the view we will generate. Okay, so that will be the proper arranged in proper lines. It will not be like broken. Text words will be in proper place. The second is the display component that take this idealized view from the viewing component and map it to the physical device. Like for the working of viewing component, one view will be generated. That will be the intermediate representation, but it will be the appropriate representation. Later than that will be taken by the display component. And that display component will map the viewing component data to the physical view. Sorry, our physical device. Where on the physical device our content should be mapped.